Hi, my name is Alberto Olmo, and I'm going to be presenting our work called GPT3 To Plan, extracting plans from text using GPT-3. This work has been done in conjunction with Sharat Sridharan and Professor Subalal Kambhampati from Arizona State University. So the main motivation for this work is that we have vast amount of information out there in the web encoded as natural language. This information is also procedural information that can indeed be used, and industries like finance or banking can translate them into workflows so that automated systems can understand. And these workflows are indeed plans, so we need action instruction planners. So this is indeed an active research area. And in this work, what we want to tackle is we want to answer the question of how well the state-of-the-art NLP general purpose model, which in this case is GPT-3, can compete against these state-of-the-art specialized structures. And we do so with their own benchmarks and current metrics that they use. The agenda for today is going to be this. We are going to first explain what is the sequence action extraction problem, then show the state of the art, then explain what GPT-3 is and give an example, and finally show the metrics and data sets used and their results and conclusions. So the sequence action extraction problem can be said as such that we extract from natural language those structured representations as plans or policies. In this, there could be high risk domains so this extraction have to be done as clear as possible. And indeed, there are still some challenges that we have to face, and those are that we have the identification of actions, names, and parameters. This is still a challenge, and their ordering is also. So as an example here, we can see that if we have this text, the expected output would be involved are the actions, and then so the expected output would be the actions followed by their own set of arguments between parentheses. All of them are given as a list. So in this work, we have used 4 different state-of-the-art specific action extractors, but we are going to be focusing mostly on the latter one, which is ESDRL and CESDRL, which is a conjunction of 2 deep Q networks, one of them to extract actions and select them, and the other one for the arguments. So in terms of GPT-3, this is an autoregressive language model which has been designed to complete text, and it has been trained on this vast amount of information already. So the context that has is the training, its own training information, and some few shot training that we give to them. So as this is a real example, GPT-3 manages to understand if we input this as such, like this, to GPT-3, this is indeed, GPT-3 manages indeed to understand that the first part, this text and actions lists, these 2, this is an example, and then it has to generate this next set of actions given this text here. So generate, provide, confirm, and include would be the actions that GPT-3 is expected to extract. And indeed, it manages to do so. Here are some of them. But this is just an example, and following forward, I'm going to explain what are the measures that we are using to measure this. So again, GPT-3 has been trained on lots of information from the web, mostly this common crawl, which contains around 410 billion different tokens. And for this work, we make use of 4 flavors of GPT-3. The most powerful one being called Da Vinci, which is this one here. the less powerful one called ADA, which is this one, and both have 175 billion parameters and 2.7 billion parameters, respectively. Then, in order to make sure that we have as much determinism as possible, we use these hyperparameters when making the queries to GPT-3. So in terms of the metrics and data sets that we use, these are F1, precision, and recall. And F1, these are the main metrics that normally the sequence action extraction task has been used. So, but for our case, which we are going to be comparing against ESDRL mostly, this method uses essential, exclusive, and optional actions, which means that in an extraction, the essential actions must be there, the optional actions can or cannot be there, and the exclusive ones, only one of the set must be there. Otherwise, this would drive the F1 down. So engraving or lithograph is an exclusive argument in this case. So only one of them has to be there. If both of them are there, this has to be penalized. Finally, the data sets that we are using are the Windows Helper Super, Cooking Tutorial, and WikiHow Home and Garden. And we also make use of them because this is the most extensively used data sets for this purpose. So the results are this, and they show that here in this first part of the table, we can see these are the state-of-the-art models. And here in the second part of the table is the GPT-3 models. And we can see that DaVinci, which is the most powerful one, manages to outperform the others. And even in some cases, in 3 cases, here, these 2 and this one, it manages to surpass, to make it better for the Windows Help and Super in terms of action extraction. However, that's not the case for the rest of datasets nor action arguments, but we have to remember that this is a generalized system and is being compared against task-specific systems, which have been tailored for this specific task. So we also measure how well GPT-3, the 4 of its models compare against each other, and given 1 to 4 shot examples. And from here, we can see that indeed, DaVinci also always outperforms, irrespective of the amount of shots, few shot examples. And then Babbage and Ada need at least 2 shot examples, or else they do not perform well. Finally, we also give an example of how it performs in terms of ordering. And here, for instance, in this Windows Help and Super, we can see that we say you eventually need to click on the Advanced tab, which is here. But before that, click on the Internet options. So it successfully places click Internet options before click Advanced, which is something that indeed none of the state-of-the-art task-specific extractors have been able to do ever. So GPT-3 could be could indeed be used in the future for ordering as well. So as the conclusions from this work, we can now say that GPT-3 can indeed compete against the task-specific approaches. It seems to be showing some understanding on the order. However, this has to be tested further and better. And then as a future work, this could be used as a hybrid system. And on the other side, it can also be fine-tuned for plan extraction tasks. And on the other side, it is still far from being accurate for domains which indeed have more diverse actions, like the WikiHow one. We have, as we can see, the F1 score really is below the current state-of-the-art task-specific extractors. And well, this is the end of the talk. Please feel free to reach if you have any comments, suggestions, and thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.